Hello, everyone. It's a great honour and a great privilege to be sharing my cricket knowledge and sharing the rooms of Pakistan. I must confess that I never would have ever thought in my wildest dreams that I'd be sitting inside the Pakistan dressing room. All the great battles over the years that we've had as nations, and long may they continue with the blessings. The mood is high. The relationships within the team are strong. Players seem very happy, very relaxed, in spite of the obvious pressures, in particular, the pressures starting with our first match. The camp is strong and solid and feels good, and it's a great privilege to be a part of it.
Mr. Haddon, how much chances you are seeing about Pakistan victory against India, especially after watching the warmer matches of both the teams?
Yes, I think closely I've been watching Indian cricket for some time. As I've just mentioned, I've more or less watched KL Rahul, for example, who's a major threat to Pakistan, grow up as a boy, seeing his struggles with test matches versus, his dominance in the shorter formats of the game. Seeing someone like Rishabh Pant with his cheeky smile and his brash nature and his beautiful vision for the game, watching how he's destroyed bowling attacks because he's got that opportunity and sees it that way. So yes, I think individually, I think it's always fantastic to see how players perform in a pressure match, and this camp has got some wonderful assets that will perform on the day, that are ready to perform on the day. If you look at the way that even Fakar's gone about his preparations for this match, not to single him out, but to look at the way that he has extended himself in the 2 warm-up matches, it's exciting to think that can happen, come a few days' time versus India. Baba too, and Rizwan, the top 3, I think, are such a critical part of performance here in the UAE. Generally speaking, when the power plays have been, such a significant part of T20 cricket in the UAE, and there have been a few exceptions, but most sides that win the power play win the match. And you don't necessarily win the power play by being overly aggressive. So I think that we have a very strong batting combination, including Hafiz as well, inside that knowledge and that wisdom and that ability to be able to build and create opportunities at the top of the order is certainly, from a batting sense, our strength. Big totals here are never going to be achieved. The 200 plus totals, I feel, are going to be, it would take something extraordinary on the day for that to happen. So average scores roughly, Sharjah 170, Abu Dhabi 170, Sharjah 150, and here in Dubai, that 170 potentially is kind of like what we're looking at. So we're not talking about 10s and over from the start of play. So I do think that we've got a very, very balanced and strong batting lineup.
Matthew, you have been part of Ashes, one of the greatest rivalries in the cricketing world. How would you compare this rivalry between India and Pakistan and the Ashes and the kind of pressure it brings on the players on both sides? True
and accurate comment that for Australia, it's England as the old guard, as they would say. I mean, you could argue that England versus anyone, considering that at various stages we've been ruled by the kingdom of the UK, and cricket wouldn't be on our shores if it hadn't been for that. But nothing also that I've ever seen throughout various elements of the game that I've been a part of ever matches the rivalry between India and Pakistan. And so, yes, there is an obvious pressure, as there is an obvious pressure playing against England if you're an Australian. The pressure, though, is only as much as what you allow it to be. And all that can be done is done. Your preparation is there. Your experience is there. Your opportunity now becomes a history-making opportunity. We can present all the stats. We can do all of our homework and research, but nothing can replace what will be the stat that we all write about, that we all dream about, that we all coach about or commentate on, which will be the event itself. So I sense that our players are ready for that opportunity, and I sense that there is a calmness around our group that warrants us to be a successful competitor on the day. So all that is done, and now it's just the opportunity of playing the game.
माजिद भाई आप क्वेश्चन करने और काइंडली